Hello and welcome back to the Art Saddle Podcast. I'm your host, Keenan Flannery, and I'm with the wonderful, the handsome, and oh so luscious, Mr. Copper Kelly. Say hello.
Hello, Keenan. How are you getting on? Are you well?
I'm doing well, my friend. How are you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad. So this is our first episode since before Christmas, but we're back again.
Back again in full stride. And while we have you at the start of the podcast and while we have your full undivided attention, we thought we'd let you know what is the Art Saddle. What the hell do we do over here? Is it just two blokes talking shy?
So we never really describe what the podcast is when we just start an episode. We just go into it. But
we just talk.
Art Saddle.
We talk shy.
Talk shy, yeah.
The Art Saddle is a music and arts related podcast. We basically, every time we do an episode, we talk about the news based around the music and arts industry of that week or the 2 weeks or month or whatever we kind of missed out on. Anything big, we talk about really interesting topics in the music industry and the arts industry. We talk about developments in this industry as well. Really cool stuff. And sometimes we have guests on that are I would like to call professionals in their area. Stuff about producers, about musicians, crack, lots of crack. I didn't really rehearse what we are. Do you want to add anything else on there?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, we talk about industry stuff, music industry stuff, and the odd dad jokes the odd time too. And generally, we just have a bit of crack. So
So I think the best way to put it is, if you want to learn about the industry, if you want to stay up to date in what's happening, listen to professionals, listen to two dopey Irish men talk shy. You are in the right place. Yeah. Yes.
I suppose I have a dad joke for you. To kick us off.
Go on.
Why can't a nose be 12 inches long?
I don't know.
Because then it would be a foot. Nah. There we go. That's the kind of quality we have here at the Art Saddle.
That's beautiful. Can I give you one?
Go for it.
What did the eye say to the other eye?
What did the eye say to the other eye?
Something smells between us.
Jeez, the comedic standards here are just
beautiful.
Far pacing it like the Joe Rogan podcast or anything. Oh, no.
Well, that's why we're not the comedy saddle. We're
exactly.
We're sticking to our strengths.
Yeah. Musicians. We play a guitar, we can't tell a joke. There we go. Perfect. But anyway, geez, I think.
Do you want to let them know what they're going to hear about this week?
Yeah. I suppose. Oh, yeah. We have.
You're
Mr.
reading
Meatloaf.
my mind.
We have Mr. Meatloaf that has passed away. We'll talk about him. We'll talk about. There's a guy in the States after stealing a Les Paul guitar from a music shop by stuffing it down the front of his pants. We'll have a look at that as well. And what other music news are you were talking about?
I'm talking about how two young men in a rock band hijacked an entire website URL just so they could get put on a lineup for a festival, which is pretty
thinking outside the box,
if you ask me. That is thinking outside the box. And we're talking about, if you're in Ireland, we're talking about everyone knows about a lot of the restrictions were lifted. So we might touch on that as well.
Yeah.
And what that means for the future of music and the future of us as well. Maybe things are looking brighter for us too.
Exactly. Hopefully,
yeah.
Exactly.
There you go. So, let's kick it off. Kick it off.
Sure.
Ching.
We'll talk about Mr. Meatloaf. I suppose,
Mr.
first
Meatloaf.
of all.
I'll be honest, I didn't actually know his name was Meatloaf.
Well, it's not.
I thought that was the name of the...
Oh, no, you thought that was the band's name?
No, yeah. I thought people call him... So the band, that's his nickname, yeah?
Yeah, it's his stage name, yeah.
Okay.
Like Copper Kelly's my
See,
stage
I just
name.
thought it was a band. Yeah. We're gonna leak your real name.
Oh, no. That's for the patrons.
There you go. Oh, we have a Patreon, by the way.
Yeah, we'll talk about that towards the end of the episode. But Michael Lee Ade. I'm not sure how he pronounced it, but Michael Lee Ade was Meatloaf. And he died there the other day at the age of 74. He was a gargantuan performer. Like, did you ever see the videos him back in the day on stage in his get-up singing those big operatic rock songs? Did you listen to Meatloaf all that much?
I think I started listening to them after I seen Tenacious D in The Pick of Destiny.
Yes, I was going to bring that up. Yeah. The start of that film.
I think that's where...
Yeah, sorry, I was just saying, the start of the film, Meatloaf plays Jack Black's father. Yeah. Is the latency really bad or something? But yeah, he plays Jack Black's father, and he's like, you can't play rock music in this house. And all this, and he's just really, really good. Then he was, what's his name? Paulson, or was in Fight Club. He's, you know that film, right? I am Paulson. My name is something Paulson. I can't remember exactly what the fucking name was, even though that was the point of the movie to remember. Yeah, he had the big bazungas. Yeah. He was in Fight Club.
That's a great.
He's in lots of films. He was the bus driver in the Spice World movie. I remember that as a kid. That was before your time, the Spice Girls and all that.
I know the Spice Girls.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was
Robert Paulson.
Him.
Is it Robert Paulson?
In Fight Club?
Yeah.
Robert Paulson, yeah.
That's it, yeah. And Rocky Horror Picture Show.
That is insane.
Wayne's World.
Was he in Wayne's World?
He's in so many good stuff.
Wayne's World.
But if you haven't...
Oh my God, this is insane. I didn't know he was in so many great films.
He's an absolute legend. Like, even like the music, like about, I don't know, a good while ago, I just sat down and like started listening to his music while I was playing some games or something. And it's fucking amazing. Like, really operatic. There's some great stories to it. There's lots of like virtuosic guitar and keyboard playing, and it's just huge rock opera kind of songs. And he is phenomenal, as well as a singer. And if you haven't experienced Meatloaf's, like, just pon Bat Out of Hell, that album from start to finish, it's, chef's kiss, mwah, glorious. I'd really recommend it.
I think, to his credit, 74 years is pretty great for a hardcore rocker such as himself. There's people that were around his time and their years gone, that kind of way. So, fair play to him.
That's true.
Fair play to him now.
Yeah.
May he keep rocking on wherever he is.
Wherever he is. The all-star rock band in Sky's just got another new singer, you could say. Jimi Hendrix on guitar, John Bonham on drums. It could go on and on.
Yeah.
But what's your next news story?
My next news story is there's a festival that's going on in the States, and it's called When We Were Young, and it's my teenage emo wet dream. Like, it's insane, the people that are playing on it. You have, let me see.
Yeah, emo is kind of coming back again now in the last year or two. It's like all over TikTok, I see.
Oh yeah, no, I hate it. It's like me being an old man now. I loved it. And now I see the young kids, so I'm like, young kids and the loud music.
Some of that emo stuff is like nearly 20 years old at this point.
Yeah, man. So you have Paramore, My Chemical Romance,
brilliant,
Jimmy Eat World. Do you know them?
Love them.
You have A Day to Remember.
Yeah, they're cool.
Bring Me to Horizon.
They're metal core plus emo. Half and half of a song could be real metal and then real singy, emo-y kind of singing.
Avril Lavigne.
Oh, yeah. She's back with a plum there recently, isn't she? She's all over TikTok. And did you hear about the conspiracy about Avril Lavigne? Apparently,
she's like, she got replaced.
Yeah, she got replaced. Like, she probably, like, there's conspiracies that she died sometime in the early 2000s and was replaced. And the girl you see now is not actually Avril Lavigne, even though it kind of looks like her, but people putting her face from then and now together, and they kind of slightly look off, and her voice is different. It kind of, it's
But isn't that what happens when you get old?
Yeah, exactly. Your voice just changes. So it's just funny the way it is.
Yes.
Well, apparently she was like, for years, she was like stuck in bed with like Lyme disease or something. Can't remember exactly, but something like that. She's like bedridden for years. Now she's back. People think that she's died and she's been replaced. Like Paul McCartney, that was a big thing for him as well. Paul is dead.
Oh, Paul McCartney's replacement. Yeah, Paul is dead.
He's the only one on the front of Abbey Road not wearing shoes and socks. So, he must be dead and replaced.
And it's like Paul, John, if you listen to the end of like Strawberry Fields Forever, it's like John basically saying like, I buried Paul or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like really, and he's, he actually went on and said that he actually said cranberry sauce. But sure, you never know. I'll tell you a few more names.
Go for it.
Pierce the Veil.
Oh, they're kind of metal. Yeah.
But these are all shit that I remember when I was growing up, like being a little emo back in the day. Like it's the All American Rejects. Oh yeah, I had my fringe and everything.
Is that the Hope It Gives You Hell? Hope It Gives You Hell.
That's them.
Yeah, that's them. Yeah.
And Sleeping with Sirens. They're another one that I would
recognize the name. I can't think of any songs. So.
Black Veil Brides as well.
Oh yeah,
that has me like
out there.
Rebel love song. Fuck, they were great, man. I loved them.
Such a cool look they had as well. If you're into that kind of thing, of course.
I remember I tried to look like them for ages. Me and my friends used to like, yeah, man.
Black leather,
hair long, and
did you ever dye your hair black?
No, but I had pretty dark hair. But I used to like blow dry it and comb it in that way.
Oh,
like
the quiff going over.
Yeah.
See if I can do it now. My hair's long enough and black enough. I just go, no, I'm kind of emo.
Ah, look at you. emo Kelly.
I need a haircut. I haven't had a haircut since like November, October or something like that. So I may go, with these restrictions gone, I may go get my haircut.
Oh, Jesus. Don't go too crazy now.
I know, Jesus.
Fucking hell.
Mad stuff.
But anyway, with the news, great festival, as you're saying. And they need a website for the festival.
Yeah.
And a band that probably has a lot of followers now after everything. But the band is called I Set My Friends on Fire. And let me see what their Instagram is at. They're at 32K followers, but I feel like that's because of the
news, recent news
shit that they've been up to. Yeah.
This is the band now. That's you haven't told the important part of the story yet, but this is the band.
I haven't. Yeah, this is the band, and basically what they did is they bought When We Were Young Fest.com. And they did that, and they basically said, what's to say? Whatever you guys are playing My Chemical Romance, we'll do it for half. And they said that they will not give up the website until they receive a slot on the festival.
It's a ballsy move. Ballsy move. But it's WeDieYoungFest.com. And the festival could have just gone WeDieYoungFestival.com. Probably wouldn't have the same issue.
Look, if you go onto the website, if you click on WhenWeWereYoungFest.com, it brings you to their Facebook page.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
which is genuinely genius.
Yeah, they've redirected it to
and
their
they
Facebook
put up
page.
A post there.
It's not what's popping up though on Facebook or Google. I've just typed in the festival and there's a lot of news about it, but I can't see the... Oh, yeah. WhenWeWereYoungFestival.com. They must have got it back.
They put a post up there, right? That goes, this week has been a crazy week for the band. If it was never about being on a festival we didn't get invited to, it was about finding a way to expose the fact that the big bad cliche of agents and promoters that quote unquote run the industry isn't even so powerful after all. We never actually cared about being on the festival, and if you look into it for 2 seconds, it'd be plainly obvious that the tournament was a joke. So
yeah, just kind of
it's kind of
they were generating some publicity for themselves as well. It's what you have to do as a fucking independent musician. You have to, drum up some sort of publicity, be it good publicity or bad publicity, as they say. What's to say? No such thing as bad publicity at all. It's all good. Get your name out there. So we should try something like that for the art saddle. Start taking over. I think
we should. This is pretty take over Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
But they say here, we went from photoshopping a fake CNN article to actually being on the front page of Yahoo News within 2 days. Was it press outlets have turned down every press release we sent out regarding our band in the last 10 years. We were dying to be the first to the story. And Spotify numbers doubled overnight. We had over 20 million impressions across social media in the last week. Our upcoming tours is the best-selling tour tickets wise we've had since 2011, and all because we spent a couple of bucks on the URL versus the 5-6 figures you would have to spend on social media ads to reach that, which is really, really interesting. And there's a point to be made there about
absolutely.
We've talked about this before on the podcast about if you want to actually make a dent when it comes to social media ads, you need to sink a lot of money in. You can't throw
hundreds.
You'd throw 20
hundreds.
Quid and you'd do
20 quid is
that's
just
hundreds of fuck. Nothing. It won't work,
it won't even work.
But all they did was beat a company.
Yeah. Got a URL for $12 probably, and then
they fucking photoshopped. Photoshopped the fucking an article saying that people were outraged, and this is where
increases
your
outrage.
thing about why didn't they just
outrage? That's what social media is all about: outrage and getting a visceral reaction from people. You don't want everything to be great and happy and sad. Great and happy and delightful, because that's not going to have clicks and likes and stuff. You have to. It's like you have to promote out there ideas,
madness.
Be kind of counter whatever's going on, just to kind of elicit a gutter reaction in the negative way from people in the comments and stuff. And the more negative comments, then the more traction it gets, and then people see it and look, this is causing havoc.
And it's really just being, in a way, kind of entrepreneurial. I know it's like they did nothing illegal. Even you said about why didn't they just go with when we were young, festival.com.
Yeah, I think that's what they actually have.
I think that's what
I have
they did
in front of me. Yeah.
But what happened was the band bought the other one and then made a fake article saying this. And that fake article was the thing that fucking went insane.
They might not have even been talking to the festival promoters at all. It's just the fact that there's a fake article about that. People took it up and made real articles about that, even though it might not have actually gone down like that at all.
We should think of something like that. We should do something wacky. We should
crazy.
We always talk fucking smack about people on this podcast. We should, make a post about them replying.
Yeah.
Remember we used to chat about, we used to have our segment where every week we'd have an update on Sinead O'Connor.
Oh, yeah.
We should write a thing about Sinead O'Connor is suing the Art Saddle podcast for blasphemy. And then boom.
There was some actually very sad news about Sinead O'Connor.
Yeah.
We're not taking the piss now here that her 17-year-old son passed away. So that's condolences to Sinead and her family. I know she's probably not listening to this podcast at all, but yeah,
how dare you assume these things?
That's a bad bit of news, but Jesus, all the best to her and her family.
All the best to her.
But let's move on to a little bit of lighter news, I suppose.
Yes, indeed. That's a good idea.
A man steals an $8,000 Gibson Les Paul by stuffing it down his pants. So this guy, he walked into... Go on?
He's packing.
He's packing.
He's packing, he is.
So he walked into a music store in America, that big place over there, and there's a 60th anniversary 59 Les Paul Standard, which is selling for, roughly $8,000. And he put the neck of it down the leg of his pants and the curvy body, let's say, under his jacket. So he walked out kind of a straight leg, he couldn't bend one of the legs probably. So he walked out a bit funny, but he got out and they're looking for him. He got away with it. The bugger. So York Regional Police statement.
Brilliant.
He went off with there's a second guy waiting in the car outside the shop, a getaway driver. And they were wearing black masks, which is kind of normal in this day and age, wearing masks out in the public and shops. Which I'm surprised isn't a bigger thing. Do you know what I mean? Like I've felt it before, like you pull up to a shop, it's like, oh, am I going to shop? Let's mask up. So you feel like you're going to rob the place or something like this. And like,
well,
I'm surprised it's not a bigger thing.
You couldn't going into shops now, and you remember back in the day, if you had like a neck scarf on you.
Or a bicycle helmet. There's signs everywhere. You have to take off the bicycle helmet.
Yeah. Hoods as well. Don't have your hood up. Like someone said that to me. I was walking in a shop and had my hood up and they were like, can you take your hood down, please? I was like, I have a mask on my face. You haven't a fucking clue what I look like anyway. No. Like, I don't think the hood's going to make any difference. It's kind of mad. And it kind of makes you think, like, maybe they're not reported on. But, like, I wonder if, like, just every day, like theft in, like, shops has gone up.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Oh, I wonder. Maybe.
So I know, I started a new job recently.
Listening.
Go on.
No, I was just saying, if anyone's listening that can find these answers, let us know. DM us. Because I won't go looking for them.
Yeah, because I started a new job recently and it means there's lots of new faces and new names to remember. So when you meet someone with a mask on, you kind of associate their eyes. But then when you see them without the mask, like you don't recognize them at all. Like, you're such and so. Oh, you're Keenan. Oh, grand. Nice to meet you again. Almost. So it's just funny. Like,
I think the best equivalent of that for me is like before I used to, like I would always wear like the flat cap at gigs and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'd get off stage and I'd take it off and I'd be walking around and, if I'm after doing a gig or for an open mic or whatever I'm after doing. Usually after people like, oh, good set or whatever, and I take the hat off and like no one would talk to you and someone would be chatting to you and you'd be like, oh, I'm going to go, and you throw your hat on. I was like, oh, you were the fella that was singing, aren't you? You were good. It's the same with the mask. Like you don't know who's underneath. The beard, I reckon it's awful for bleeding women. Because like some women have preferences. I like a man with a beard. Like a man with a clean shave. And it's like, I don't know what I'm getting with this bloke.
No, yeah. Exactly.
Pulls his mask down, he's missing all his teeth.
Yeah.
He's just dummy.
There's a band called Khruangbin. They're from Texas. It's like a Thai name for airplane, I think, Khruangbin. But they play this like Thai funk, chill guitar music, and it's really, really cool. But on stage, the guitarist, there's no singer really, but the guitarist and the bassist, they wear these wigs. One's a guy, one's a girl. They wear these real striking wigs that are like very noticeable, and like, that's a strange hairdo to have. But the thing is, it is a wig, so they take it off at the end of the gig and they can walk down to the merch table or whatever and no one recognizes them whatsoever, even though they have the faces on display on the stage. But these wigs, as soon as they take off the wig, no one knows him. So it's a strange thing, all right. And I have glasses as well. If I put on glasses, no one probably recognize me.
It is like, it shows how like important image is
Yeah.
in the music industry, and same with like privacy. There's a point where you get as a musician, and that like, you know, we're at this stage now where like more people don't know us than do, but then like, you know, there's people that are at the opposite end.
Yeah.
Where like more people know them that don't, and then don't. And you kind of look at people like, you look at like, what's the fella from like Gene Simmons and like Paul Stanley?
Stanley, yeah. Kiss guys.
Yeah. Like when you look at them, like I'll be honest, I've seen pictures of Paul and I'm like if someone like now, if someone was like, who's this guy? Like, it'll take me a second, but it's because I've seen the pictures already. But if you've just seen him walking down the street and you've only seen him in the outfit, you might you might let him walk by you. Not even, how's it going? Like, a sorry, bud, you know?
Yeah.
But like, it's kind of mad, you know what I mean?
That's it.
That's it, yeah. That's it. Have you ever thought about wearing outfits, costumes?
I don't know. I might eventually get a little black cowboy hat. I'm thinking about that. Maybe someday.
Yes.
I don't know. I'd have to earn something like that, though. You know what I mean? I can't just like put on a cowboy hat. It seems like something you have to earn. Do you know what I mean?
Live on the road, you know?
Yeah, yeah. What about yourself? You have the flat cap and the mullet and everything, so you have a strong image as it is.
I appreciate that, yeah.
And the poncho?
Yeah, I used to wear the flat. I used to wear do you remember the poncho? Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the poncho over there. So it's retired for now, but I love it. It's great. I actually might whip it out after the podcast and wear it for a while.
What now, the poncho?
But the poncho.
You whip
This
it
is
out.
the quality you get on this podcast. Bam! When you put my hand through the table there with that slap. But yeah, it's like, you know, I don't know. I've always thought of it. Like I was telling you about like that artwork I was working on, that like it should be done by the end of April. So if anyone's listening,
yes, I think
you're
I
getting
know the one you're telling me about.
the one with making me into like a cartoon skeleton with like a white vest, a pair of Crocs, and a paddy cap.
Ah, yes.
And I'm like sitting having a drink with some guy smoking, another skeleton smoking. I'm drinking, and it's like the drink is like falling through me, like I'm, you know, the drink is like leaking out my ribs and stuff. And like it's kind of like I just think it's really cool. But even little things like that, like I love that idea. Like I've always been, I think it's very, ever since I started playing music, especially when I started doing like solo stuff, I've always been like, how do you, a lot of people try to stand out with their sound.
Yeah.
Always like, especially when you're a solo act, because if you're a band, you can have one wacky person in the band, and then the band is unique, you know?
Yeah.
When you're on your own and you're using your own name, and you're like, or even if you're using a stage name, you know, you're still, it's all up to you. And like,
you have to grab that attention like immediate in the first like 3 seconds.
Well, it's easier to get someone to look at you than to get someone to listen to you.
Exactly. They're scrolling past on Instagram or something. They want to catch something to catch their eye, and then they'll stop. This fella looks mad. Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking of. Like, I just love that idea. Everyone's always trying to sound unique. Everyone's like trying to genre blend. But like that, for me, I think that's an uphill battle, because you're kind of going, you could be the most unique musician in the world, but if you can't get people to listen to you, you know, you're just pissing against the wind. But like an image is cool. Like if you start incorporating like cartoons into your music, you know, having like, that's a fucking deadly idea. Fucking what? What the fuck? Like, that's so cool. No, am I mad to think that?
No, you're not mad at all.
Yeah,
that's the thing. It's all image is such an important thing. Like, So I might have to think about growing a mullet or something. My hair's long enough, right? I'll just shave the sides.
Man, I couldn't imagine you with a mullet, but I'd love to. I'd love to see it. I reckon it actually. Hang on.
I know. I'll take off my headphones. Like, I'm too kind of boring looking right now. To
if you take off like a lot of the top, like trim it right back, right, and then shave the sides. Yeah, man, yeah, fuck yeah, man. And what you should do, you could like just if you shave your chin beard like that,
just that here,
shave all underneath like your chin and stuff, and just give yourself like a big handlebar fucking Orange County chopper kind of look and a mullet. Yeah. Oh man, you'd look like a Red Dead Redemption character.
That'd be it then, yeah. Then we'd be world famous, Keenan, myself, yourself.
We will indeed. People will come to this podcast just to listen to the guy with the mullet and the handlebars.
Yeah.
And I'll be your accessory. I'll just hang around. You know what I mean?
No, I'd be your support boy. Don't worry about that.
Look at this. Look at us. Look at us blowing each other.
Blowing smoke, you should say.
Yeah. Okay, whatever.
So yeah, any other news in this world of ours? Well, I suppose the big news is Ireland's restrictions have eased a lot. All of a sudden, almost. I was kind of surprised. It's like, oh, today, what? They're announcing we're like completely back to normal all of a sudden.
And it was instant as well.
Pretty much, wasn't it? It wasn't like, not until the end of the month or something. It's like on tomorrow kind of thing, I guess.
It was amazing. Like I went out last night and it was insane to see.
It was packed in Dublin last night.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man. I have it all out. I have an all-night bus like that I can get home. But the bus stop was packed. But like my mates had to get a taxi and they were waiting for an hour and a half to get a taxi.
Yeah. Might as well have walked.
The bar. Yeah, that's very true. The bar was like jammers. It was
not a mask.
But it was really
probably. No, not
at all. Not at all. Yeah, people. When I was walking through the crowds, I had my mask on. You know, it's kind of like
You probably felt weird doing it then. I say, well, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm feeling weird wearing my mask when no one else is.
Well, sure, I was walking to town and there was an anti-COVID protest on.
That's true. They're protesting restrictions on the day after the restrictions were eased.
Yeah. It was so funny, man, because I went in and I had my mask on walking by them, right? And I was kind of going like, oh, here we go. Like, you know, I'm waiting for someone to have a go at me, you know, with my mask. Like, but I swear to God, I walked by and there was a beautiful lady. And I was half tempted to go over and, you know, be like, God, this COVID thing's it's ridiculous. Tony Houlihan's poisoning our children. Anyway, what's your number? Just play. Because it's mad. Like, but it was busy. Like that protest, there was a lot of them. Which
like 1,500 or something like that.
Yeah. And there was great signs, man. One of the signs is like wearing a mask is like wearing a mask on your face is like it's like expecting your genes to hold in your farts or something weird like that. And there was another one. It was just like masks make you look stupid, and you know, straight to the point. Other ones about Tony Houlihan poisoning our children. I was like, this is great, man. This is fucking.
What? Where's the logic in that? Tony Houlihan poisoning children? Like, it's just silly. I don't know.
But Tony Houlihan, he's a troublemaker, that fella.
He's a troublemaker.
He's a troublemaker, so he is.
Trying to look out for the health of our country and poisoning our children. I don't know. Some people, I guess.
Some people. But sure, look, it was nice to see normality. And speaking of COVID and the... I'm not optimistic in the slightest. So I'm going to say the lifting of restrictions more so than the ending of restrictions.
Yeah.
Because when you say ending, touch wood, when you say ending, it's kind of, it gives it
you hope it's not coming back. Yeah.
Yeah. But how does that sound for you in terms of gigging and
Well, hopefully we
music
can get out
and-
and get some gigs. Absolutely, hope so. Anyway, I haven't gone out this weekend. Anyway, I've been staying in. But
we talked about this already. But like, are you excited to get back out gigging, doing some pub gigs, or after the last time
Yeah, I suppose I'm kind of working on some recorded stuff at the moment. So that's kind of I kind of took a back seat with me last year. I was concentrating on podcasts and live streams and this, that, and other, trying to get, online presence, but I wasn't I had some like songs started that I didn't really touch all year because I was working so hard on like 50 or 60 different podcast episodes the whole year. Like, literally one a week or even two a week sometimes. So I didn't really spend all that much time recording. So yeah, I'm kind of back recording now. So we'll see now how that's going to go with gigging and so on. Because gigging, it takes time to rehearse because I have like a 2-hour set with like backing tracks and like 40 something songs. And it takes a while to get it all right and tight. And yeah. So
see, that's the thing. You use backing tracks and you have a particular set of songs.
Yeah.
Do you take would you humor a request, or do you kind of?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I'd love to, but I'm just thinking about it. There's so many songs out there that I've probably never even heard. And then someone come up and say, "Can you play this song?" Like, I've heard it once. You know what I mean? I had someone, like, I don't know, like before the pandemic, I remember I was playing a gig and this guy came up to me and he goes, "Oh, can you play a one by U2?" And like, we up here playing like Johnny Cash and stuff. I was like, okay, it's a little different what I'm doing, but I don't know the song all that. I've heard the song, but I couldn't, like, if you don't know the air of the song, you couldn't even give it a good solid attempt because it'll just sound shoddy as hell. And he goes, I'm just like, I don't really know the song all that well. But he goes, "Oh no, it's easy. It's just a do." He starts like singing it to me. It's like, oh, dude, come on. So I'd love to be at the stage where I'm that kind of musician that knows. Like I know some musicians that kind of just know every song. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I'm kind of not like that. I know the songs that I know, and I know that I don't know. I don't know the songs I don't know.
That's right.
And the fact is, there's just so much music out there in general anyway. Like, how could you possibly know everything? And you'd never know what people are going to come to you with. So I just say, look, I just have me set songs and I just work with them. So I can do them well, and I'm happy enough. What about yourself, Aya? How are you on requests?
Yeah, I probably humor them a bit too much, to be perfectly honest with you. Like, I get requests. I'll be playing away. Now, I have 2 books. I have 3 books of songs.
Yeah.
That I've written out. I like to write stuff out. I have like ballads. I have like Elton John, Bob Dylan, Bob Marley. I have an assortment. And I do a lot of ballads. And because when you play one ballad, you get people kind of going, "Oh, I want to hear more of them." I noticed that, like, if you're doing like Bob Dylan, you never get many people coming up going, "Can you do another Bob Dylan?" But it's like, if you're doing like ballads, when people are getting to a certain level of drunk, like, I've often done gigs where the first hour I'm trying different things, and then the second hour I just do ballads because people are like, "Do it, do the Wolf Tones and do it." They don't even ask for a song. Do the Dubliners, and you're kind of going, all right. But I humor requests, but sometimes you get mad when, like, I was in a gig the other day and a fella bought me a pint and he was like, "I bought you this pint I bought you this pint so you can do a song for me." And he already bought it. Like, I was like, okay. What song do you want? He's like, "Will you do the Rattling Bog?" Do you know the Rattling Bog?
Oh yeah. Hey ho, Rattling Bog, known in the valley, yo. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like 20 verses. It's like, there's a tree, there's a nest, and there's a hole in the hole in the bog, and it just keeps going and going. Now, same as you, I've heard it. I've heard the
You
song.
wouldn't be able to recite it perfectly on the spot.
So I get up the words and stuff, and I'm doing it. I got halfway through, and then just was like, that's all I can do. And I just kind of, and he was happy enough with that. Same with like, like Caledonia.
He comes up, he takes half the point back.
Yeah, he chose half of the point.
Yeah. Caledonia, you're saying, yeah.
Caledonia's another one that like I got like I had a group of like kind of women in their like 40s. 2 tables, so there was about like 12, 15 of them. And they had a woman there, and she was like in her 80s, like, and they were like, can you play this song and that song? And they were looking for another, like, an ABBA song I didn't know. So I did Sweet Caroline, because I'm like,
I've added that to my set recently as well, actually.
It works well, doesn't it? People love that song. But then the old woman, I watched her, and she was getting out, and like she had 2 people helping her stand up, and like she came over to me, and it took her like half a year to get over to me. And she's like, son, she calls me close. I'm like, what's wrong? And she's like, can you play Caledonia? And I'm like, first of all, I don't know what that song is. But she got up and
heard it in, in passing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she was like, she goes, can you look it up? So I look it up on my phone. I listen to it. And I'm like, let me tell you that I love you. Think about you all that. Yeah, whatever. I actually know that. But like, I know it, but I don't know how to play it. And I was like, but she got up, and she was really old and kind of fossilized. And I was like, I have to do this for her.
To fall over and burst into a cloud of dust at any moment.
Yeah. It's like,
I've fallen and I can't get
she's
up.
Gonna sell my legs. Well, like, and I did it, and it was an awful version of it, like bad. But like,
you can't expect someone to do a good version of a song that you just requested, and like they looked up the chords. So I did that once as well. I was in a bar and I was playing guitar, and everyone goes, "Oh, I play a wagon wheel." It's like, okay, I kind of know the chorus, but I had to look up the lyrics and stuff in front of me. And the verses are just crazy on that song. There's so many words and so many chord changes. I was like, oh my God, this probably doesn't sound anything like the song. But then I got to the chorus and everything was okay.
That's the thing. You realize, like, when people are drunk enough,
yeah, it doesn't matter.
Just play and be. I'm actually going to write that down, actually, because that's a song that I'm going to add. Wagon Wheel. Because I was thinking of adding some. What was I thinking of adding to the set? Some more Bob Marley.
Oh, yeah. I used to do Three Little Birds in a pub band years ago. Great song. Really easy to play as well.
Was that with Billy?
No, this is well before I even met Billy, I'd say. This is years ago, a band called Free Reign. Played pubs and kind of just did a lot of rock songs.
Free Reign?
Free Reign. Yeah.
That sounds real cool, man.
Don't patronize me.
Hi guys, we're Free Reign. Funny.
Actually reminds me of the very first band name I've ever come up with. This is like probably third class in school, third year in secondary school. And I was like, my first band name I came up with was Dangerous Occupation.
Oh no!
And they were like saying it to all the guys in the class, and they're like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Dangerous Occupation.
Dangerous Occupation.
That didn't last. I didn't really call the name band that.
Oh man, I was in a band, and we were called The Innocents.
Yeah,
and we were young kids now, and I thought it was a deadly name, but we had another name. And like, we were like an indie rock band, and we had some weird like placeholder names that we do like small shows in youth clubs and stuff. And I remember we went to we did a gig, and it was like like there was a special needs kind of school, and they brought loads of kind of all their students down, and we came out and played for them, and we were called, what was it?
The specials.
Absolute sack of shite. That's specials.
Absolute sack of shite.
Absolute sack of shite. And these are bleeding 9, 10-year-old kids, and we're on stage thinking we're the shit. What's the story? We're absolute sack of shite. This first song is called "You're a Wanker" or something like it. And we want the punk band. If we were a punk band, yeah, go for it. But we were an indie rock, Kings of Leon wannabe band.
Yeah.
And we were called Absolute Sack of Shite. So yeah, there you go. That's why you should always take care when picking names of songs.
Yeah, that's it. I think that wraps up our first episode of 2022. I said 2020. You kind of lose track of what year it is, don't you? Because the last 2 years were just kind of a blur.
It's all blurring into one.
Yeah. But
no way, that's the end.
Yeah, we've gone for nearly an hour now, I think. 50 minutes. Big Jesus.
Before we go anyway, we have to finish on some dad jokes.
Oh yeah. You got some more?
Do you want? Yeah. Here's one. What does a sprinter eat before a race?
What does a sprinter eat?
Nothing.
Before.
They fast.
Like
that?
That's all right. That's good. I have one here. I ordered a chicken and an egg from Amazon. I'll let you know. Which comes first? Never mind.
Never mind.
We're so bad at this.
That was a rough one.
Yeah.
Maybe. Let me see if I can find one more for you. Right.
Shout out to my fingers. I can count on all of them. There we go.
What was the last bit? I
can
the
count
audio
on all of them.
slightly there. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Go on, you have another one.
Here's a good one. Yeah, I don't trust those trees. You seem kind of shady.
No. Not that.
Fuck off, will it?
If you would like to follow us on the socials, you can find me at Copper Kelly Music on Instagram and Facebook and all that good stuff. And Keenan, where can they find you?
They can find me everywhere that you would have your music or your socials. Keenan Flannery or Keenan Flannery Music. Yeah, and if you're looking, did you or I think I slightly tapped out there for a second. Did you mention where they can see the art style?
Not yet. I was getting to that. Good man.
Okay.
Good man.
Okay. I think I genuinely thought I stroked out of it.
You're reading dad jokes and you.
Yeah, I was head me eyes are turning square.
Yes, but yeah, you can find the old Art Saddle at the Art Saddle podcast on Instagram and Facebook, and yeah, go over there and follow us and comment under the episode your thoughts about what we talk about if you're so inclined, I guess. And you can also email us theartsaddle@gmail.com, I do believe. Go into the notes of the podcast episode and you'll see all our links and email links, and you can even leave us a voicemail and we can play it on the show. There's the link for that in the podcast description as well, down at the bottom. But yes, we also have a Patreon. Tell the lovely people about the Patreon.
Yes, we do have a Patreon. That's very true. Thank you very much. We have a Patreon account.
Very professional.
It's called, yes.
Thank
Great
you, co-host. And now.
Thank you, co-host. As he was
speaking now
about,
for the weather.
The Patreon is great. It's real good. I would pay for it. It is €1 a month, and you get 4 bonus episodes. when we are
Depending on if we make an episode that week.
pending. Yeah. But
We've
anyway,
been kind of shy with that in the last few weeks.
I think we're gonna have about 20 bonus episodes up there already, and we talk about stuff that is a bit more kind of adulty contenty. I think. We're a bit more uncensored over there. We talk about
some stories that we wouldn't really want to tell the public.
Yeah. So, and it is really interesting. I think we talked about some really pretty wacky and cool things over there that, it's really, just really intriguing. It's the different tough stuff that happened in our lives that were wild. And if you want to hear wild stories and get to know us more, and head over to €1. It's the little as €1. You can pay as much as you want, as little as you want. And we also have a plan to do other stuff. As long as it's €1. Yeah.
So you have any colour you want, as long as it's black.
There we go. Whatever he said. There we go.
That's an old Henry Ford quote. You don't know that, no?
Ah, Henry Ford. That's the fellow with the car, isn't it?
That's right.
Yes, the Ford Focus. But on the Patreon, we're gonna be thinking of doing other things like maybe some games and Are you interrupting me again, eh?
No, go ahead. I think there's just a bit of delay on this episode for some reason. The internet is not great today. Down in rural Wexford. You up there probably with fibre broadband, I'd say.
Microchipped and everything, man.
Microchipped and everything.
Yeah, I'm actually streaming this from my arse.
Good stuff. You can see the quality.
Yeah. There you go, man. There you go. You can all the pimples and freckles on my arse can be seen. So anyway, if you want to get this content and lots more, head over to the Art Saddle Podcast anywhere. And tell your friends, tell your neighbours, tell your mistress. And he's not. He liked that. He liked that. He liked that. He was like, miracle. But that's all for me. I've been rambling. I had a coffee. I drank a coffee instead of a tea during this, and I'm more tired.
You're more tired?
Yep. You fucking drain me.
Good. I'm an energy vampire. I just drain energy. Suck it up like a straw. What's that? There will be blood. Anyway, that's talk for the Patreon. We'll talk to you next week.
All the best.
You have a milkshake. I have a long straw. Anyway, we'll come back. I suck it up. Suck it up. Anyway, we're going demented. This is kind of cracky here on the Patreon. Anyway, we'll talk to you next time. And if you're going over to Patreon, we'll talk to you in a few minutes. All the best.